Hey guys, welcome back. I am going to do kind of a quick little video on our journey with sleep training. It's been about 6 nights now that we've been doing it. We started when he was about 17 and a half months. And I'm just going to go through and tell you everything that we did and what worked for us and what didn't and all of that. And he's really intrigued by the camera, so he might be a little annoying, we'll see. So anyway, I chose a time that would be right for us. We already prepared his bed, his little toddler bed. Well, it's his crib that converts to the toddler bed. We bought the little conversion kit. And we did that like a month before we started the training. And pretty much every night I would let him play in it. And we would say, hey, are you going to go to sleep in your big boy bed soon? This is your bed. And he would say, here. But we kind of got him used to it, and he would play in it and lay in it, and he'd like lay down with his stuffed animals. So like he knew what was going on with that. So it wasn't like a big shock when it came time. So I definitely recommend doing that first. And then you want to do it like on a time that works really good for you. So we were on vacation, so I wanted to wait until after vacation. You know, you don't want to do it like when you're on vacation or when he's sick or when you're sick, or if you have guests coming up. You really want to do it at a good time for you guys. So I chose Easter weekend because I had 4 days off in a row. What are you doing? So that would give me a pretty good amount of time to be really grouchy during the day when he wasn't sleeping. So night one, oh, and remember, I'm still breastfeeding at night. I'm still nursing. And he's teething. He's getting his canines in right now. So it's like, that's a hard time. We tried to wait, but like the teeth, they're pretty much always teething once they start their teeth. So I was like, we're just going to do it. So my whole plan was I didn't want to start sleep training him and breastfeed him at night. So like, I kind of just did both at the same time. So we moved one of our rocking chairs upstairs in his bedroom. It used to be in our bedroom because we would sometimes rock him to sleep at night. And I would try not to give him boobs during night, but he would just cry and I would just give in because he was right there sleeping with us in our bed. So now his bedroom is upstairs, a different floor level. And then there's going to be no boobs, so he's going to be out of our bed, out of our bedroom, on a whole different level. So I plan on sleeping in the guest bedroom next door, so I'd be able to get to him really fast. So night one, he fell asleep okay. I rocked him in the chair. He wanted boob at first, but then, oh wait, sorry, scratch that. I did boob him a little bit before we rocked him to sleep, just to give him, I don't know, just to make sure he had some milk or whatever before bed. But it wasn't right before bed, so like it kind of made him sleepy. And then we went to the room, and then I rocked him to sleep, and that worked out pretty good. And he laid down, and then I was surprised that he went to sleep. So then I got ready for bed. I was like, I better go to bed early because he's probably gonna wake up a lot. So I went to bed. He woke up that first night. The first time he woke up was at like around 1. And I wrote all of the times down and everything so I could monitor the success or not success for that. It's probably UPS. And he's actually kind of scared of the doorbell. What was that? What was that? Okay, he's good. So he woke up around 1 the first time, so that's pretty good because I put him down that night. He actually went down a little later this night. It was around 9, and we usually go to sleep around 8. So that was a little later. He didn't wake up till 1, so I was shocked with that. That was pretty cool. But then after that, he woke up at 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5. And then at 5:30, I put him back in the bed with me, and he boobed and just laid in bed with me. So basically 7 times. The last 2 times my husband got him. So after I became really exhausted, I finally grabbed him and said, hey, can you take over, you know, when he wakes up? And so he did that for me. And then finally he was like, hey, can I just put him with you? And I'm like, whatever, it's fine. It's 5:30. That's usually when we wake up anyway and cuddle. So I was okay with that. Night number 2, I was like more hopeful. I was like, okay, maybe he'll wake up one less time. We put him to bed around 8 that night, and he woke up the first time at 10, so that was really like upsetting. I was like, wow, he's already awake. So he woke up at 10, 11, 12:18, 1:47, 2:40, 4:18, and then finally around 5 or 5:30, I grabbed him and put him in bed with me and cuddled. and when we cuddle and he goes to bed with me, I do finally give him breast milk. But during those other times that he's waking up, he usually would only, he would go back down pretty fast because he was still sleepy. So like I normally would go in, and at first I would try to lay him back down in his bed and just pat his back. And sometimes that would almost work, but not quite. So then I would pick him up and I would rock him. And sometimes he was okay with that and he would fall asleep while I was holding him. And then sometimes he would fall asleep in the chair while I rocked him. And then other times I actually physically got in the bed with him and cuddled him, and then he would go to sleep the fastest that way. But I was still trying to just pat his back, but no milk. But no milk during any of those times. Even when I would lay with him and cuddle, he didn't even try to have milk. And then he's just now starting to learn to soothe himself, so he just now started cuddling with his little stuffed animals. So night number 3 happens, and I'm like, okay, hopefully he wakes up at least one last time instead of like 7, maybe 6 or 5. So I'm really hopeful. I'm like, something's gonna change. I can feel it. So we go to sleep around 8:30, his normal time. And then on this night, instead of sleeping upstairs because it was really uncomfortable for me and I didn't sleep well, I went downstairs to my bed. And I told my husband, I'm like, well, I'm just going to sleep in our bed until he wakes up the first time. And then once he wakes up the first time, then I'll just stay upstairs. So I brought the little baby monitor down with us. You know, we have the little monitor, the video monitor. And he didn't wake up until 1. So, like, I got a pretty good amount of sleep. I felt great. And then I ended up staying up in the guest bedroom, and he didn't wake up again the whole morning. He didn't wake up till like 5:30, his normal time. So he woke up once. Third night already, he only woke up once. But I do have to mention that that day he only had a 30-minute nap. Now he usually gets about 2-hour naps a day still, especially when he's with Dad. With me, he sometimes skips his morning, or he'll just do 30 minutes in the morning for some reason with me. But with Dad, he definitely naps. But that day we were in Vegas and we had a lot of errands, and so he really only slept like 30 minutes. So he must have been exhausted, and I think he started getting sick. So night 4 comes around, and the first time he wakes up that night is 12 o'clock. 1, and then 2:45 when I got up to see him, there was like throw up. Like he was talking. He was sitting up talking. He didn't cry. Usually he cries to wake up, and that's how I hear him on the monitor when I'm sleeping. But he was just talking. I was like, what the heck? And he was pointing at something, and I looked, and he had thrown up, and this is the first time my baby has ever like thrown up like solid stuff before. It was really gross. So at that point, I mean, he still only woke up the 3 times, but after that, at 2:45, I cleaned him up, I took his clothes off, and then I brought him to bed with me because obviously there's something wrong, he was sick. And then the next night, because he was sick, he had a temperature, he actually had a temperature of 103.6 on the next night, which was Easter night. We don't know what happened. He was just sick, stomach bug, I guess, and we ended up having to give him Motrin once it was 103.6. That was really high, and he just had a lot of diarrhea and throwing up, and of course he had a big old butt rash. So I actually gave him a breast milk bath, and then I did the oatmeal bath, and both of those helped. Anyway, so the 5th night, I put him back into bed with me, and I was so worried that it would set us back further after everything that we've accomplished, but I had a sick baby, and he had a really high temperature, so I didn't want to risk anything. So he just cuddled with me. But even when he slept with me that night, he only woke up 1 time, so it really wasn't bad. And when he did wake up the 1 time, he did nurse that 1 time, but I let him because he was dehydrated, so I was okay with that. But still, 1 time was pretty good. Usually when he sleeps with me, he would still wake up all the time for boob at night, like 2 or 3 times. So the 6th night, which was last night, he woke up at 11:35 the first time, 2:45, and then 4. And then once 5 rolled around, I grabbed him and put him back into bed with me because I wasn't ready to wake up at 5. I actually didn't go to work. I had to call in sick because now my husband has the bug that my baby had. So I had to watch the baby. So anyway, that night, technically, if you count at 5, he pretty much woke up 4 times. So we're trying to go back down, but I'll be happy just with the 3. That is pretty much, it's almost been a whole week, 6 days. I'm hoping that tonight maybe he'll do 3 or 2 wake-ups because he's not really sick anymore. He's starting to eat better, and he still has a little diarrhea, but he's not throwing up and no more temperature. So that one time he woke up once was really exciting and it was weird. Oh my goodness. So I was so scared, like I kept waking up and looking at the monitor and he'd just be sleeping. I'm like, am I sleeping through it? Is he waking up and I'm just sleeping through it? But no, he just slept. And look how crazy he is. Oh, he's getting down. He was dancing on the coffee table. What are you doing? Yeah? You talking? You want to say hi? So that is our sleep training. I think the main thing is consistency. You know, you just want to be really consistent. And obviously we had that six spell in between, so that probably did set us back a little bit. But I was surprised at how good he did sleeping in his own bed without milk. That's really awesome because he loves his milk. He has a new thing too. When he's starting to cuddle the stuffed animals and hug them. And now when he wakes up, like when he's sleeping cuddling with me, he'll kind of wake up and he'll give me a little kiss. And then he'll go, like, either go back to sleep or he'll want to wake up. And I'm like, oh, how can I be mad at you if you're kissing me? It's so, so sweet. Huh, Darren? It's so sweet. Oh, yeah, he's going to try to grab the camera now. You cannot have this. No. Come here. Want to say hi? Oh, he knows how to climb up on the table now. Well, anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope that it gets better. And for anybody who is sleep training, I recommend having lots of days off because waking up 6 times during the night, oh my god, Darren, no, is really, really hard. And I was very tired the first night, but after that I kind of got over it. And then I was excited when we woke up the one time. So hopefully, you know, we just keep improving and we stay consistent with it. But I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks for watching. Bye.